So this one time I'm playing like a month ago at Costa Mesa, and I birdied the first 3 holes. And then the guy I'm playing with says something terrible to me. He says, you just birdied the first 3 holes? I'm like, is this guy serious? I'm like, why would you say something like that to me? Like, that's a terrible thing to say to somebody. He says, what? I'm like, that's like talking about a no-hitter. You don't talk about a no-hitter. Yeah. You just let the person continue on with what they're doing. I said, so now because you said that to me, I have to block you out. I said, and I have to now, my ball's here, and I have to focus on putting it over there just with my routine because I can't think of that. That's terrible to think of. And so basically this happens all the time. People, like the other day, my student Caesar, who just shot a 77, he pars the first 6 holes, and he starts saying things like this to me. He's like, I've never parred the first 6 holes. I'm like, don't say that. Like, stop saying these things. I said, that doesn't help you. You need to worry about the ball is here, your target's there. What procedure are you going to execute? And that's it. And then at the end, if you want to reflect over a glass of scotch or something, and you want to be like, oh, I parred the first 6 holes, feel free to talk freely about it. But you don't say that in the midst of the game. You know what I mean? And if anyone says that to you, block them out and tell them, don't say stuff like that to me. And then they'll stop usually. If you don't say anything, they'll keep doing it. You know what I mean? And so what tends to happen is golfers deal with these things when they're playing, where somebody says, hey, you shot par in the front. It's like, what are you talking about? Stop saying these things to me. You know what I mean? Instead, and you got to tell them, I can't worry about that. All I can worry about right now is putting my ball in that fairway over there. That's all I'm worried about. And I'm going to do this procedure to do that. And that's it. And so like, it's important to kind of like,
one shot at a time.
Yeah.
Break it down,
Yeah. Ball's here, target's there. What is my process that I'm going to do? And then you become like a robot. Like, people tell me, like, this one time I was playing and I shot 69 at Meadowlark, and the student was playing behind me that I know. And he's like, wow, it was fun to watch you golf. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, how'd I look? And he says, it looked like you were doing the same thing every time. I said, okay, good. Because that's what I thought I was doing. The ball wasn't cooperating all the time, in my opinion, because it was curving this or that way. But I thought I was doing the same thing. And so it's happy to hear that he thought I was doing the same thing every time, because I'm trying to do the same routine on each shot. You know what I mean? And so hope that helps you next time you have a great game going.
Yeah, no,